Boom. What's up, peeps? We're back with another video. This time we're gonna do something a little bit different. This is kind of like I guess you call it a product review, an unboxing, if you will. The Novation Launchkey Mini 25. I got the 25 Mini because I like to be mobile. I like to be able to move around with these things from time to time. And I'm, as you guys know, as I say almost every video, I'm always late to the party. This came out maybe 5-6 months ago, maybe more. And I've just heard that it's really good for people that aren't necessarily the greatest piano players, such as myself. And there's a lot of dope features, a lot of knobs and buttons that you could definitely use to, build your own chords and do the music theory without knowing the music theory, basically. So we're gonna give this a quick review, test it out, see what it's hitting for. Let's go. So boom, here it is. I already did the other unboxing, so there's not gonna be any knife. What does this say? Easy start. Novation Launchkey 24 Mini Easy Start. I'm a man, so I don't read instructions. See if you can see that. Plug. Go to Easy Start. This thing is, it works with all the major DAWs. They say major DAW. They make sure to specify major DAWs because if you're using like Serato Studio or, I don't know, Reason maybe, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work as effectively. But there's one feature that it does in Ableton that it doesn't do in everything else, which is a step sequencer, which is kind of dope. So let's go check it out. ASMR. Hey guys, I'm about to unbox. Yeah, whatever. Cardboard, unnecessary. So it comes with this. Listen, this is instruction manual, which I probably won't use. USB-C. That's pretty much it. Pretty light. What I did here is it comes with plugins. There's a bass plugin, I believe. So maybe that's why I got to go to that website. But I'll read that. Get her out the box. Man. Pretty simple. Pads feel pretty dope. I got the big one, the old big high 25. Ugh. Yeah. You've seen this in a couple other videos. My jaw bueno is looking pretty wild. Ugh. I also have the newer MPK Mini, one of the newer ones, maybe a few years old, and some of the keys don't work as they used to. I'm not gonna lie, I guess they feel the same as that MPK Mini. I could have went for the 25, which is not Mini, but I cheaped out and got this one. It's $100 cheaper. And it's smaller too, so. Update your launch key to ensure full functionality. Let's plug her in. Let's see what's happening. Straight USB-C. Yes, sir. I got Lounge Lizard opened up. If you guys are not familiar with that, it's like a pretty dope Rhodes plugin. All right, so first things first is scale mode. So once you're in scale mode, you can see the different types. So I'm in C minor. And then this third one is the different types of. So snap to scale. It's almost like you can never play a wrong note, right? Because it's just like all of these will be in the C minor scale, even though a few of these are not naturally in the C minor scale. So that's the third encoder. Filter out of scale is it'll only play the notes that are actually in the scale. So if they're not naturally in the scale, it will mute that key, which is good for practice. I'm assuming that's the main purpose of that. Or just, I guess, just so you know, it's good to know. And then easy scale is only the white keys, so the black keys don't even work. So, which is something that I would probably use, can't lie. So C minor, let's go D minor. No matter where you are, E minor, it's just white keys, which is very useful for somebody that can't play that scale mode. Easy scale, I would stick to easy scale. And that's just the first four. This is the different notes in the scale, and then, oh, there you go. Sorry, the second one. Major, minor, Dorian, Lydian, Phrygian, all that kind of stuff. So I'm at F minor. That's scale mode. Very useful for a guy like me. Next is chord map, which is something that this might be the main reason why I was interested in this specific keyboard as opposed to, you know, maybe another Akai MPK or something. Because this chord map feature, it's okay. Just watch. You just go shift chord map. Now you're in chord map mode, and it's playing chords. This, you go up and down octave. Okay, so when you're in chord map mode, there's these modifiers. Let's go back to the beginning. You play these notes. They're all chords. I'm assuming they're the ones in these scales. And then you have these modifiers over here, I guess you would call them, these custom buttons from 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So once you're holding this, I think this is for, yeah, but it's not, I mean, it's playing the chord, but one note at a time. It's called the Arp modifier, Arp up. This is Arp down. Okay, that makes sense. Top one's up, bottom one's down. Performance modifier, inversion up. Inversion down. Inversion up and down, and then this is the bass chord modifier. Chord split. Pretty damn dope, okay? And now when you have these, when you're in chord map mode, okay, let's say an A minor, let's go back to shift chord map, and then now adventure. Not sure what that means, but it's just different. Okay, it's just experimenting with. And it's obviously it's velocity sensitive. Right, so that's adventure. Let's go to adventure 5. You know, that's kind of really house music all night long. By the way, I'm using Lounge Lizard. I don't know if you guys heard that in the first half. I'm using Lounge Lizard, which is a dope Rhodes plugin. Pretty simple, but, you know, good for demonstration purposes. Okay, so that was adventure. Second knob is explore. I mean, exploring is an adventure, and adventure is exploring. So I don't really know the difference. Okay, so this is the spread. Normal. Right, the widest spread. Pause. A Mozart. Normal. Let's go back to the roll. This is where it gets dope. The roll is, it will, so. Let's go really far with the roll. So this is with the modifiers. So inversion up. Anyways, that's my favorite feature. That's pretty dope. So that's the 4 features in Chord Mad Mode. And I'm assuming if you mix them up, 3 adventure, widespread, 6 explore, and because I'm in Ableton, I captured that. You get the idea. You could throw some drums on that, call it a day. It's pretty whack. Yeah, it's trying to think still. Yeah, so put these back. The roll is which dope. Okay, and then we go to Arp Mode. Let's get Arp Mode. This is like there's that, the swing. Right? You can swing plus or minus. Tempo. My thing is in 197. So yeah. And then there's Arp up. No, that's still scale mode, I think. Octave. Different how many octave it's gonna play. This one says type as played. Not sure what that means. Chord. Strum. Yeah. This is the type of arpeggiator, I guess. Mutate. That's pretty dope. Mutate. Rhythm. Rhythm. Oh, this is dope. So you can basically, so I want one on the 1. Right? You can get real crazy. Octave. So you could put A lot going on. That's Arp Mode, apparently. Okay, so what else? Plugins. So let's play something with Chord Mode. Let's go like 160. Amazing. So I'm going to put my sample filter on here. Get into retro color, and then I'm going to go shift plugin. So basically, these encoders should control my plugin. There you go. So the first one is the magnitude, which is basically the wet dry of RC20. Second one down the line, noise and wobble. Third one, wobble that. And if you guys know in Ableton to automate things, you just press record. So now it's automated. This is straight out the box. I didn't have to map it. So that's what you could do with the plugins. Okay, and then let's go tab, and then you go shift mixer. First encoder is the level of each thing. I'm assuming the last one will be master. I would assume that one of them would be the master. That's pretty strange. You would think I would be able to control the master. I'm probably not doing something right, but such is life. Okay, that's how you control the mixer, apparently. Okay, and then transport. Let's go shift transport. Yeah, okay, this is just to move around your dials as far as like the playhead. Second one is to zoom in and out. Third one is to shrink tracks. And this is to move your loop point, the fourth one. Fifth one is to expand your loop point. So the first one, you can move the beginning of it. Second one, you move the end of it. Okay, one thing I didn't show was the user chord, which is kind of dope. So what you do is you play a chord while you're holding one of the pads. So now that is a chord. I did those ones before. Function, delete these chords. That's cool. Chord detection keys. Chord detection keys. Where's that? There's no keys to delete. Pretty dope. I'm sure I'm not using it to its full potential, but I think that's dope. Get rid of that. All right, so another one, Shift Daw. I have no idea what this does. Okay, this is for lunatics that use this view. I'm not a lunatic, so I don't use that. Okay, and then user chord sends. I assume it's for your sends. You send your delay and all that. I don't really use sends. I haven't really used it. I know how to use it, but I do all my mixing and mastering in Logic, so I just never got around to actually worrying about that shit. All right, so and then there's Shift Drum. This is super dope. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to Addictive Drums. Okay, and I think I have to go Shift Drum. Okay, what you do is you press Shift Daw twice. So here's my kick. Isn't that dope? So you just go to the basically you're turning it into a step sequencer without having to buy a push. Okay, so the only thing is I don't understand is how do I... Okay, I got lost in the sequencer a little bit, but it's, 16 pads of your drums. All right, that is the step sequencer. Kind of. Yeah, the one thing I don't understand is if I want my kick and my hi-hat to be on the same thing. Select clip. This should be 1 through 4, I think. Anyways, there you have it right there. That is the Novation Launchkey 25 Mini. This is a bit of a struggle to get through, which is a little bit of working curve because I literally am doing it right in real time. This is the first time I've opened it, the first time I'm using it, but I'm looking forward to exploring that Chord Mad Mode. Using the step sequencer, it'll be easy to make drum breaks and things of that nature. So yeah, that is the Launchkey Mini 25. I'm glad that you guys got to see an actual realistic review of this keyboard. Definitely gonna be able to do some things that I wasn't able to do before just based off my limited ability to play piano. So I'm definitely gonna start implementing this into my beats immediately. The dope thing about this too, it has a MIDI out, which is really dope, which means I could actually hook this up to my SP404 MK2 and use all these modes on the SP. So if I have a one shot and I want to play it in scale, like Chord Mad Mode, if I want to make sure I'm in key, I could do that on the SP404, which is really dope. And I would definitely be making a video of that so you guys can see that. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments if any of you guys have one of these and you know how to help me figure out the step sequencer as far as getting it to play 2 notes on the same step. I think that is something that is doable. And if it's not, that's something that they need to look into because it's very important that if I want to play a drum pattern, that I can play the hi-hat and the kick at the same time. I've been adding some new things to my Patreon. I got some new items, but not any new tier. So even if you're on the lowest tier, which is the Boundless Beat Tape, which is where I upload a beat every week towards a beat tape, even if you're on that tier, you can still get some of my exclusive YouTube content. So the drum break that I made last video, I put it on that so any paid members can try that out. I got some copyright issues with the last video because it was a sample. Also, the full episode is over there on my Patreon, so make sure you guys go over there and sign up. It's patreon.com/producebyfinn. Also, go check out my website, producebyfinn.com. Hit me up on socials, MC DJ Finn. Do everything they tell you to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you're bugging. And with that being said,